Oh, sorry.
Can hold for
Yeah.
Hi everybody, I'm Sean Tier, I'm your Harris County DA. I've been on this stage numerous times introducing myself to this incredibly vibrant and engaged community, so I'm ecstatic to be back here again. And Dawn, and Kenneth, and Tony, and Nancy, what an incredible event that y'all put on. I love that it's the first annual, and I plan to be at the 20th annual. So I'm excited to be going. I've seen a few of the questions, and I think they're going to be important for this group to hear.
Well, good morning. My name's Adam Robert. I'm really excited to be here with y'all. I'm a little bit nervous, so if I'm yelling, I apologize. But my name's Adam Broderick. I'm the chief of the Consumer Fraud section in our Financial Crimes Division. And we handle lots of financial crimes cases, and we can talk about them.
Hey, good morning. My name is George Lindsay. I'm a native Houstonian. I'm a prosecutor at the Harris County Attorney's Office. I'm a chief prosecutor in our robbery burglary section in the Organized Crime Division. I'm so excited to see so many people here so that we can generate an informative discussion regarding our community safety. Thank you.
Thank you, gentlemen. I appreciate that. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and jump into some of the questions. And if everybody could listen up, we'll be able to get this going and get some really good information across to you guys. All right, so first off, I think one of the things when we as the Southwest District got to visit the DA's office, one of the things that we learned a lot about was, can you share a little bit about the intake process and how that works?
Yes. This is going to take a while because it is, I think, the most important change that we've made since I took office. These two gentlemen I've worked with for a long, long time. They are experienced chief prosecutors. They were there when, like myself, when intake was really the function it should be. It is the front door. It is the front door of our office in liaison with all of our law enforcement community. In Harris County, no police officer can arrest an individual without first calling and walking the facts by an assistant district attorney. For decades, we had seasoned, experienced prosecutors that were there, that were a resource to our law enforcement officers. I can't tell you how many times as a younger prosecutor, I would get a call at 3 a.m. and the officer would say, I don't know what I have. And I would say, I don't know what you have either. Let's go through the field go together and figure it out. What it did was allow officers on the streets to be able to file the strongest, best cases, being ready to be tried as quickly as possible. What happened about 8 years ago is that system was broken. We took the experienced prosecutors out of the mix and put in people to answer the phones who had never tried cases, who were never on the street with the officers. And what you saw was an increase, a drastic increase in the number of cases that were actually filed but subsequently dismissed because we weren't being the resource to law enforcement community. We weren't helping strengthen the case from the very moment that the police officer called us to the time that we eventually tried to convict them. That had disastrous effects all the way through the criminal justice system. We have jail overcrowding. Our dismissal rates for cases we filed was up into the 30%. Meaning, we said yes, and 30% of the time, we eventually dismissed the case. That hurts everyone. That hurts the law enforcement officer who eventually has to come and testify or not. It's drastically increased our indigent defense fund. And again, the jail overcrowding, is a direct result of that. So we brought experienced prosecutors back into the mix on January 1st, and we've seen it already. We've seen a 10% drop in the jail population. And it's not because we're dismissing cases, it's because we've also seen a 40% increase in our trials, meaning we're evaluating the cases and we're going forward on them. And that has the effect of all the other cases pleading out and doing what should happen. And that's all because our intake division is doing.
Very good, thank you. That actually leads, it ties into the previous panel a little bit, my next question. One of the things that we here in the public safety community, we have the Chinatown Public Safety Committee, my chairman, Jonathan C. is here. So one of the things that we have a lot of questions on and concerns about is the public tends to see the same criminals back out again and again, and then they don't feel that anything's happening when it really is. So what's the importance of actually reporting and what is your civism? That's the word I think that doesn't get translated very well in the community, and how can we help the community do better on report crime?
All right, I'm going to touch on this, and I'm going to hand it over to George, because George is in our organized crime division. He is responsible for prosecuting a lot of the people that we have seen before. I think that there's no question that for whatever reason, politically, we have seen an uptick in the reporting of someone out on bond. The numbers don't bear that out. We are seeing the same percentage of people reoffend after they're released on bond that we had in 2010 and even 2000. The difference is that over the last 8 years, and it's not all my predecessors' fault, a lot of it was things beyond their control, that are in our we had COVID. But the length of time from arrest to eventually sending someone to prison or putting them on probation or anything went from about 18 months to about 4 years. So what you're seeing is the same group of people are staying in this community as opposed to going on to the next stop and have an opportunity to commit more crimes. And so by shortening the time frame, we're going to see a lot of that drop out of the news. George?
Yes, sir, thank you. One of the things, and to address the question, and it's kind of a multiple-part question, if I may, so I'll kind of break it down a bit. First, things that the community can do. It becomes frustrating when you are a witness or a victim of a crime, and as your case moves its way through the court system, you may feel as if nothing is happening. And that is I can assure you that is not the case. We have dedicated folks like Adam, myself, who are fighting out in the court every single day to represent our community. And one of the things that we focus on, particularly in our organized crime division, is our crime drivers. These are individuals that basically are 2% of the population that are responsible for 90% of the crime. And we aggressively seek them out and prosecute them to the best ability and the best extent of the law. When the district attorney took office, his direction to us was get these cases to court, get these cases to trial, and get them moving along. And that's exactly what we've been doing. Everyone in our office has been working diligently and pushing these cases as aggressively as we can in the court system. And in some cases, that determines that maybe someone is innocent and needs to be exonerated and have a due process. And in cases where that is not the case, we need to do our best to bring the evidence that we have to hold them accountable to move on to their next spot, be that out of the Harris County Jail, into the Texas prison system, and out of our community in order to keep our community safe. So the best thing I can tell you, what the community can do is, one, please understand the process. Please stay in communication with that prosecutor who has assigned your case, and please be patient with the process. Know and have trust and faith that we are moving that case us along, and we're going to fight for you in that court system.
Thank you very much. You're the person I don't ever want to see unless you're fighting for me. I'll be against you.
And not only that, I mean, it's great that we're doing this right before Memorial Day because we have a true war hero with us. George spent a long time in armed services, multiple deployments. You would not look at him. He's a pretty scary guy.
Thank you. Okay, I've got a question from the crowd. I'm going to actually go to the heart of the question here. Can you please share with the attendees today, what is the difference between a civil matter and a criminal matter, and how does that work? And how does it escalate?
Well, we get this a lot in consumer fraud. So consumer fraud deals broadly with the buying and selling of goods and services. So we get a lot of people who are professional scammers that enter into business contracts with people and then fail to perform the contract. Now it's very important that you understand that just because someone fails to perform on a contract does not make it a crime. That could be breach of contract. But the biggest difference, I would say, is criminal intent. So we have to prove, when we're building these cases against people, we have to prove criminal intent, which means that at the time that they took the money from the victim, they intended to steal it. They didn't have any intention to perform. Generally, the way we do this is two ways. First, we find more victims. We do that, we have contacts with the Better Business Bureau, we have contacts in the community where we can research and find if there's more victims. If the law is very clear that if there's one person who enters into a contract with another person, and this person pays, and this person doesn't perform, and that's all we have, that is a civil issue. That's a breach of contract. And it can be sued for. The difference is, if there's 18 of these people who have entered into contracts with this person during the same period of time, that's very important, and none of them, they've all fallen kind of prey or victim to the same scheme, none of them have had any performance done, or any performance that has been done has been to elicit more funds. You see this a lot of times in construction cases, where somebody will do partial performance to kind of get the next draw of money. That's how we can prove criminal intent.
Very good. Thank you very much. The next question actually has been in the news lately, and it has to really address with nuisance, gamers, and stuff like that. So can you talk about the Chapter 125 of the nuisance abatement issue and how that gets addressed in the community?
Yeah, this one is definitely in my wheelhouse. The illegal gamers, the unlicensed bars, the after-hours clubs, they are all, in my mind, lumped together. And they are real crime drivers in our communities. Somebody was asking me the other week, how do you identify them, how do you find them? And it is so easy. You go to any roll call for any officers that are working the night shift, and you say, what are your worst spots? Where do you get most calls for service? And 9 out of 10 times, that is an unlicensed after-hours club or a game. We are putting together an internal investigator group that is going to be led by a lieutenant investigator. It's going to be staffed by investigators inside our office, along with 2 prosecutors. That are going to liaise. HPD is doing an incredible job right now, going around hitting these cases. We're going to work with them. We're going to work with the constables and everyone else to go in an undercover capacity to make sure that these places are doing the law and serving after hours, having illegal gaming. I know there are a lot of activities sitting out here now that just were wide open. So we're going to do the enforcement actions that stop it. But the problem where we are going to be different than what we've done historically is we never go after them in 125s. We never go after doing silly remedies that allow us to temporarily and sometimes permanently close that establishment. That can only be done through civil actions. The way that you get these people's attention, in my mind, is they're making money hand over fist right now without any real repercussions. They don't care if the people that they have working with them go to jail for that. That doesn't bother them. They're up the next day. But when we start taking your property, seizing the dirt and auctioning it off, holding the places through the 125s and asset forfeitures, accountable overall, we don't have to shut everyone down. We can make examples of a number of them and truly create a better life for the rest of the community that has to be subjected to living around us. So that's our plan. We're going to utilize 125 and a lot of other nuisance statutes in that area.
Very good. Thank you very much. So I have another question here. It's furthering on the bond process and how does that work. I already touched on it a little bit in the front end of the intake process, but can you talk more about the bond process, the bond issue that keeps pretty much space, but the arbitrary, they feel the arbitrary in today's political environment, but I don't believe that's actually the case.
You know, I'm going to touch on this again and eventually do it over to whoever else wants to touch it on. But I wrote about that last month in Chicago. I've been up to Austin and testify. There's a bill that just came out of the House and I hope the Senate adopts as is. It's going to give judges discretion to hold certain crimes, people that commit no wrong, at the forefront. Right? I'm talking capital murder, I'm talking murder, aggravated robbery, sexual assault, kidnapping, things like that. Because right now the Texas Constitution does not allow a judge to hold someone at no law, regardless of the type of crime. They have to get a law. I think this is going to be a step that gets us closer to the federal system, which effectively takes money out of the process. Because look, I think the questions that we have to ask are, is someone a continuing danger to the community, and are they a flight risk? If the answer is yes to either of those questions, I don't care if you're Warren Buffett or you spent last night under my table because you're in the house. You stay in jail. If the answer is no to those, again, here's your court date, we'll see you in the meeting. It should have no bearing. Real freedom of regulation should have zero to do with what's in the meeting. But that's where we are. And so I think this legislative session, moving toward giving judges discretion, is going to actually help with getting people who are simply in jail because they're too old out. And that's the way that we approach bonds in my administration, but it's also the way I think the community gets it. Because look, we have really dangerous people out there who should not be out. But the judges are required by the Constitution to give them bonds. Let's stop that so that we can have people that don't deserve to be out. Anybody else want to jump in on that?
I think that was spot on. It's just because I'm his boss.
You know, another question is, how can we, I guess the question I'm trying to ask is, how can we help better understand the process between the challenges of working with judges and deferment versus actually prosecuting a crime? Am I asking the question correctly? So we're seeing a lot of deferment issues, that kind of stuff. So can you help us understand that better?
Would you walk through what deferred adjudication and probation is, and then I'll move into diversion?
Sure. So what I understand about the question is how a I guess, performance work and then what that process is. So, a lot of our job, and the mainstay of our job is to see that justice is done. And that's to seek justice. That does not always necessarily result in or mean a conviction. As we know, and as I touched on before, there are crime drivers. There are just people who are violent, and there are people who want nothing more in our community but to raise Cain and cause pain and influence and just chaos. But then there are also people who, and honestly, the majority of our youth, where sometimes they fall out of the crowd, or sometimes they may make a mistake. And the law allows for an opportunity for that individual to prove to us as our community that more or less they can really be salvageable. It is not lost on us that when someone has a criminal conviction, they are essentially marked. And they are marked, in the state of Texas, they are marked for the rest of their lives. There is no provision within the law that says that if you are a convicted criminal, that after a certain period of time, that law disappears, that crime disappears off the record, that goes away. So it's not lost on anyone on this panel, or any of our law enforcement brothers and sisters, that is a major pivotal point in someone's life. So the law allows us, in this provision for the courts, to take a look at someone and weigh the interests of the safety of the community, the facts of the criminal offense, and make a determination if this is an individual that we want to give a second chance to. And then that goes into furtherness of, there are conditions. There may be conditions of, listen, you may have made a mistake, and now, with the court supervision and the community supervision, we are going to make you get your GED. We are going to make sure you give back to the community that you hurt in order to prove to us that you are worth a second chance. And given that period of time, the court can make a determination. On the flip side of that coin, if you commit a violation, you commit another criminal offense, then you have someone like me that you're detained. And that's going to result, unfortunately, is going to result more likely in getting a felony conviction, misdemeanor conviction, and potentially going to prison. Because if you can't prove that you're going to keep our community safe, quite frankly, we aren't a place for you. And with that, I come over to the ball.
Just like Byron said, 10-10, no notes. That was perfect.
I am not his boss.
Okay, we're going to start to wrap it up. As we do, what I'd like to do as we wrap this up, I'm going to start with George, and we're going to work back to Sean. I don't want to let Sean do all the talking here.
Thank you.
So each of you have your own expertise in the area. What advice would you give to the community based on your expertise on how they can help themselves, right? How not be a victim, how they can help themselves and move forward?
Sure, that's a fantastic question. So as I kind of began this, I mentioned that my focus is violent crime. I'm a violent crime prosecutor, I'm an aggressive prosecutor, and I go after crime drivers with an aggressive mentality, with the focus of segregating them from our community so they can't cause further harm. Some things that we can do as a community, some things that you as business owners, people that live within your community can do, is the number one thing is to stay vigilant. The major risk to you, to the community populace that you are, is you just living your natural lives, going to gas stations, going to the bank, going to the grocery store. These are pivotal points where the criminal element finds that you're weakest and tries to exploit you. For our business owners, understandably, sometimes you have to move money from your place of business to a bank or a financial institution and back and forth. A good thing you can do is vary that time. Never be complacent. Also, don't believe that bank teller on the other end has your best interest. You never know who someone is going to be and who someone is going to be targeting. Also, make sure that if you're at a bank for a period of time, there's certain things you can look out for. If you see a car that has been parked there for a period of time with all tinted windows, perhaps they don't have a front license plate or rear license plate on the vehicle, maybe it's occupied by more than one individual just sitting in the car, That's something that you want to bring to the attention of the banking staff. That's something you want to bring to the attention of the law enforcement government sisters out there who may be working at that bank to help provide security, and just kind of keeping an eye on the community. The last thing I will tell you, nothing good in this world happens probably after 2 a.m. Absolutely not. I tell this, I have a 15-year-old son. I've been military for quite some time, and I used to tell this to my young soldiers. Nothing good happens after midnight 2 in the morning. Promise me. I promise you that if you think something fun is happening at 2 a.m., you probably just go home and sleep, and then wake up the next day and you're not and go on with your life. The fear of missing out should probably be suppressed, because when the night criminal element comes out at night, you really listen to be vigilant and prepare yourself for that. So again, my focus is being violent crime and just taking steps to help insulate yourself from that element. So I know my time, but thank you very much. It was a pleasure speaking with you. I'll be here if you guys want to touch on base one-on-one about anything we have.
By raise of hand, how many of you have ever had a fraudulent charge on your credit card? Keep in mind. Now look around the room. You see how many people there are? Everyone is affected by financial crimes. Everyone. So here's a few things. First of all, if you're a victim of financial crimes, first report it. Please, please, please report it. Please trust us as prosecutors and trust the police that we're going to take this seriously and that we're going to try to get justice for you. So please trust us and report it. We have to work together. To not be a victim, here are some things that I would tell you to do. First, ladies, please don't hang your purses on the back of your chairs when you're at a restaurant or somewhere like that. I had a case one time where literally the guy walked past a purse, grabbed it all out of it, and by the time the police were already watching this person, by the time they got to him, he was in the back of his car. He had a device out. He already made 4 credit cards based on ordering. So don't hang your purse on that. If you're entering into contracts with somebody, please insist on a written contract. Please read the contract. Please make sure that you know who you're dealing with. Get copies of identification. Take pictures. Don't be afraid to take pictures of cars. I've had people come to my house to do work on my house, and I walk outside and take pictures of the license plate on the car. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but if that person rips me off, I'm going to go tell the police, here's the license plate of the car that pulled up to my house. Please do not pay in cash for a better deal. As a financial crimes prosecutor, it is very, very difficult for us to prosecute crimes when they're cash deals. I know that sometimes people give us better deals if we pay with cash. I totally get it. But understand that in order for me to take that case to trial, I need evidence. And evidence largely, in a lot of my cases, means bank records. So I need to know where the money went and how it was spent. So that's a few things. Same with George, I'll be here for that other question.
Since I am over the whole thing, I just want to echo our incredible Chief of Metro, Chief Team, and say, look, he really is something to that. I've worked with that man for a long time. But his job and my job are very similar. One thing we are not are ICE agents. We are not members of the federal government. We do not enforce immigration. There is there's a culture right now of fear in our communities around immigration. And what it is doing in real time, we're seeing, is chilling an already large group of people in many communities that we have. It's chilling their desire to report crimes. It is increasing them, some of our undocumented communities, some of our documented immigrant community, they aren't reporting when they're victims. And so there are predators out there that know that. and they are preying on these communities even more. So my message to help not just yourself but your entire community to not be victims of crime is to report to your local law enforcement when you're a victim of a crime. Report. We don't ask status. We don't ask status at any point in the prosecution of the case. The only time that we ever get involved is if victims ask us about visa applications and other ways for people to stay in this community, in this country, because they are immigrants. We help with that. So, the one thing I can say across all spectrums, be it financial crimes, be it violent crimes, be it any other type of crime, please report it. We do not work with ICE, we're not part of the federal government. The officer that comes and takes your report is not going to ask you about your status either. It's not our job. We don't care about it. We care about making this community safe, and this community is our entire community, the most diverse community in the country, and it's made up of everyone. So please, if you leave here with nothing else, go tell the people that ask you about this to report when they're victims of crimes. And
Thank you so much. Just to wrap up, and I couldn't have asked them any better than what I want to share with you before we walk off and say thank you. In our community, as the Southwest Public Safety Chair, in our Chinatown Public Safety Chair, Jonathan, every time we hear from the community, we always ask, have you reported the crime? It can't get to these gentlemen's desks unless you get it to the people on the streets. Nathan Wynn, Metro, ATD, it doesn't matter. Get it to an officer. Get a report number. They're not able to look at everything on the internet. Social media is not the place to report crime. Report it to ATD, report it to Metro, report it to the Sheriff's Office. Get it reported. If they can't handle it, they're going to get you in the right direction so it can get to their desk. That is the key word here, everybody, is we need you to report. And there's safe ways to do it. And if you need help, ask somebody for help. We'll get you there. So thank you everybody for being here. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Sean, thank you for staying the whole time. I know you've got a busy schedule. So I'm going to turn it back over to Dawn.
Great panel, great information. Thank you so much. And we do have a token of appreciation to present to all the panelists.
I know everyone is so excited. I want to give a special acknowledgement to the office, Sean here, because we never
flawless diamond. And the lucky winner, 1 second, the lucky winner. And before we announce the lucky winner, this is only our second round of prize drawing. We will have 4 rounds. We still have plenty of gifts. We have 1 more diamond to give away. So if you are interested to buy raffle tickets, it's $5 each. Please go to the back station. The back station there, buy raffle tickets. We have plenty more prizes to give away. So we're gonna announce the lucky 1 carat flawless diamond winner, donated by Dave's Diamond, and the winner is
621-188.
lucky number 188. 621-188. Diamond 188. I see a hand raised over there. Come up here, please. Come up here. Come up here. I think that she can save it for her son. Come here. 来，我们请上台，你们得奖，把这个票拿上来。这个是1克拉完美的钻石，虽然是在实验室做的，但是这是完美的 flawless diamond. Please come up here. Come up here, please. And congratulations. Congratulations for winning. Oh, yeah, come up here, please. Well, we can manage another bigger one. Get another big diamond for the next event, alright? Diamond is popular. Diamond, we welcome. 来，请上来，我们请你跟那个来这边领奖。然后呢，请问钻石来，我们在这里恭喜你。我们站在中间来钻石。请问钻石在哪里？关山呢？关山，and where is Dave's Diamond, the donor? Is he here? Dave Diamond, you are here, please. You are the donor. Thank you. 谢谢。你给他拿票，然后你就不赞成。然后呢 we have many more prizes, so if you will please show the lucky winners, and I want to thank all the donors. We have a 5 restaurant certificates donated by Kakao Restaurant Tony Lee, Kakao Restaurant, gift card $25 each. We also have Elaine Jane donated Visa card at $50 value. We also have donation by Nancy Lee, Holocaust Museum admission tickets. So the lucky winner number, you can see the back, 621-277-938-577, 641-299, 621-227-938-550, 621-252. For all the people with the number ticket, would you please come to this side? We have prices for you. Please check. 请你们注意你们的票号，如果呢上面有你的号码，请到旁边来领奖。谢谢。
David Coe, are you in the room here somewhere? There you are. Okay. We're just kind of sizing up the room for the next panel.
Winning ticket number 938577. 938577. Winning ticket number 621227. 621227. Winning ticket number 621272. 621272. Ticket number 938623. 938623. Please come to the corner to the left of the stage for your prize. Thank you.
Alice，嗨，宝宝。Alice，你好。他那个。辛苦你了。The winner of the diamond, the 1 carat diamond. We need you back up on stage, please. Founder. It is a real diamond, 1 carat. Chairman Lee, Bruce Nancy.
讲几句话，
啊，
讲几句话。
今天非常幸运，感谢有这次机会，让我得了一个大奖，非常开心，也非常快乐。谢谢各位。
看一下，看一下。
一个拿着去。待会儿把照片发给我。
And make sure you guys don't leave yet. The second diamond is in this bag. It's here on the stage. Keep your eye on the prize.
Second time or?
In about less than 10 minutes, we're going to start with panel 3. This panel is regarding investigating crimes and financial threats. The focus is hate crimes, cybersecurity, and financial crime prevention. Our panelist on this one will be Special Agent David Coe. I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Jody Lee with Southwest National Bank. Lieutenant Kendall Clark with the Houston Police Department. Sergeant Kevin Ferguson with the Houston Police Department. And our moderator on this one is Captain Nathan Wynn with the Houston Police Department. If y'all can start planing your way up here on the stage, no rush, sign your autographs, take pictures, whatever you need to do. Got a little less than 10 minutes.
We want to take this opportunity to recognize our sponsors for this event. I believe many of you had a chance to enjoy wonderful breakfast and many wonderful prizes. And we have also delicious lunch on the way as well. And I want to thank Southwest Management District Board, Global One Bank, K-Cap Insurance and Risk Management, Free Agent Graphic, Johnny Day Simon, we thank you so much for making today's event possible. And all of you, of course, thank you.
Is Rocky Salagram in the room here?
Rocky, come up here, please. We have a surprise.
Rocky, please come to the stage.
This is our first public safety support award presented to Rocky Salagram with the District Attorney's Office with appreciation from the Texas Safety and Business Alliance 2025 Community Safety and Business Symposium.
Rocky Salagram, everybody. I feel like you should sing a song or play the guitar for us.
you here. We have lunch in the back for everybody, so thank you for sticking around. You're going to enjoy lunch. Lunch is courtesy of Jack Howe Restaurant, Tony Lee. I can't confirm nor deny if he came in early to make those lunches or not. Probably his staff. All right, I'm going to go ahead and introduce everybody again. We have Special Agent David Coe, FBI. Jody Lee with Southwest National Bank. Lieutenant Kevin Ferguson with Houston Police Department. Oh, I gave him a promotion. Sergeant Kevin Ferguson. He doesn't care about the title, he just wants the money. And we have Lieutenant Kendall Clark. Our moderator, this one is Captain Nathan Wynn with the Houston Police Department. And I'm going to turn it over to him.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Like you. Can everybody hear me?
Can everybody hear me? Yes, go to one side, so I want to make this a section short and sweet. So I want everybody attention. Make sure we keep the noise level down because when I sit back there, it's very hard to hear when everybody talking at the same time. So please keep it down so we can hear what the speaker will say. Anyway, anyone have been received a text lately that you owe the toll road money and you need to go this number? I received a text too. What about the one that you received that if you have not shown up to jury duty and you need to call this number in order to pay to stay out jail? Raise your hands. Yeah, those are a lot lately, and actually a lot of them involve AI, artificial intelligence. That's why I love this panel here. They are very knowledgeable. We have special agent, supervisor, special agent David Coe. He has been very busy here at 9 o'clock meeting, but he's been coming here because it's a very important topic. So, cybercrime, hate crime, burglary, theft, and financial crime are those some of the main topics we will discuss with our panel here. I know special supervisory special agent David Coe for a while by the world of public crime division, and he's in charge of financial crime. So my first question I will ask David is, what type of cybercrime will not be encountered, and what is the investigating process involved?
Good morning, good afternoon, whatever time we're at, it's just good morning. I am David Coe, I'm the Supervisor Association at the FBI White House Fraud Squad. When we look at cases, the FBI gets hundreds of thousands of complaints every year. And generally what happens on the financial fraud side is we don't have time to work every single day. But generally what happens is we filter through all of our complaints, and we have intel analysts who are very good at their job. We're able to aggregate all those complaints together and identify larger investigations. Just for context, my squad is generally comprised of about 7 agents. And those 7 agents are responsible for an area of responsibility of 5 million people. So when we prioritize our cases, we're generally looking for the cases that are getting the biggest bang for our buck. Most of our cases are in the millions of dollars or hundreds of millions of dollars. So we have priorities that we look at. We evaluate all of our leads that we're getting, all of our complaints that we have, and then we identify the largest criminal organizations that we target. so to investigate, dismantle, and disrupt those organizations, prevent them from continuing to defraud the people in Houston area.
Thank you, sir. Probably financial crime, actually we have 5 detectives, which we call task force officers that attach to the FBI, and we work very closely with the FBI in terms of cybercrime and financial crime. Because these crimes are transnational, meaning that it goes from different countries and reach out to us. So it's important that we have the assistance of the FBI. That way we can work internationally rather than just in Houston or Texas. And also I have Ms. Jody Lee here. She is chairwoman with Southwestern Bank, and she was gracious enough to give me the brochure with the Texas Banker Association published, and I put it back there and deal with jerking. Jerking is a form of crime where people follow you to the bank and they watch you get the money out, and then when you go stop somewhere, for example, you go to Starbucks or go to a restaurant to get something to eat, that's when they break in. And I'm currently over auto theft division where we have a unit deal exclusively with jerking, meaning that we will do surveillance and follow these criminals. So, Ms. Jody Lee, what kind of procedure do you establish for your bank customer in order to stop these kind of jerking?
Yes, thank you. My name is Jody Lee. I'm the chairwoman of Southwestern National Bank, and I want to talk about how we keep ourselves safe from financial crimes, from really getting into situations that you don't want to be in and outside of the bank. So let me talk about being outside of the bank. Anytime you go to a bank in person, you are at risk. Any bank really, or even an ATM machine, you're at risk of being followed. So be vigilant. Look around you. Make sure that you have all your belongings with you in your control, and be aware of unusual cars that might be parked near you, and especially, they can follow you. And one of the things that I think criminals know is that Asian women carry cash. And so if you carry cash, you're a target. And you don't have to carry a lot of cash, but if you carry cash in your purse, then your purse is a target, and therefore you are a target. So just be very careful. Now, we have heard of cases where people go to a bank and they're followed to a restaurant. They go into the restaurant and people will break their cars to see if there's anything in it. Those are things that we need to be aware of. Now, inside the bank, banks have a lot of processes that we take in order to protect your financial data, your personal data. We spend actually a lot of money protecting your information and making sure that we are safe from financial and cyber attacks, financial fraud, cyber attacks. Especially if you have businesses. Businesses are specifically targeted, and we have securities protecting the two different populations that are businesses and the seniors. So we'll call you if you make a wire transfer or ACH transfer. We'll call you, and we have the procedures to make sure that you, when there's a wire coming out of your account, that it's actually you. And so either you come to the bank so we can see you, or we're going to call you and make sure. There are other things that we do that you can do to protect yourselves. You need to turn on multi-factor authentication, not just for your bank accounts. Now, actually, for our bank accounts, we make that mandatory, so you actually don't have a choice. But on your emails, your Gmails, your Yahoo account, your AOL account, they offer two-step authentication, and you should turn them on. And of course, when something does happen, we collaborate with law enforcement and make sure that we have photos. We have cameras that capture license plates in and out of our parking lots, so that we can track, we can identify the suspicious vehicles. And if something does happen, we can turn them over to law enforcement. So we do a good job collaborating.
Yeah, real quick, I still hear a lot of echo up here, so please keep the noise level down for the respect of the speaker and the audience that interested in the answer. Thank you, Mr. Jody Lee. I know our financial crime investigator work very closely with the bank. We go to the bank all the time and work in terms of how to prevent financial crime, and especially crime against elderly citizens, because when you get old, your mental capacity not as sharp as when you got younger, and the criminal will take advantage of that. Or even when you we have cases where people will prey on people who are lonely, which is we call the pig butchering, meaning that they will, this is a type romance scam, that they will try to get to know you, and once they get to know you, they want you to invest in money financially, and then eventually you will give up a lot of money to these criminals. So our financial crime and our FBI work very closely on those cases also. And we have here Sergeant Kevin Ferguson. He's over the financial crime unit with Property Financial Crime. And I would like to know, what is the process for investigating financial crime, and what type of case does your division handle?
Good morning, everybody. Simply the process of we get cases which are generated from patrol. Those cases are then sent to us, and we go through a case management process. Through the case management process, we evaluate the cases and pretty much just distribute those out to our detectives. From that point in time, our detectives take the case and they investigate and speak with other entities as far as finding out information they need to investigate these cases, whether that be banks, whether that be different entities such as Zelle, PayPal, or something to that kind of entity. And all this is through subpoenas, and we've got to process these requests that we have for these witnesses. After that, after the information is gathered, we'll present these to the district attorney's office, just like ADA Project was talking about earlier. He's one of our ADAs that we speak with most of the time. After we get the approval from them, a probable cause statement is made, and then we have a warrant out for arrest for these individuals, and then it's served. The type of cases that financial crime particularly deal with are mainly theft cases. We also have forgery, fraud, like Commander spoke, the captain spoke earlier, romance scams are another one. We also have an uptick on property theft, which is happening right now. And we also have credit card abuse, debit card abuse, and a host of other cases that we have as well. So it's a lot. That's all I can tell you.
Actually, I remember we have quite a few cases of title fraud, because it's so easy in Texas law for people to you can get a hold of your, for example, your mortgage, the title, and then they try to convert it to their own. And recently, Texas legislation just changed some of the loopholes that we have. That way, people cannot be evicted out of their own house just because somebody committed a crime. So I believe with this recent change in the Texas legislation, we will make a huge difference in terms of financial crime prevention. And we also have Lieutenant Clark. He's over the burglary and theft, and he's especially over the Patrol Region 3 area, meaning that he's in charge of all the cases with the west side, southwest, east-west, and Gessner. So, Lieutenant Clark, please explain the process for investigating burglary and theft, and how is organized crime handled? Let me rephrase one question at a time, that way you'll get confused. The first question is, please explain the process for investigating burglary and theft cases.
Thank you. Similar to financial crimes, reactive investigations investigates burglaries, thefts, criminal mischiefs. The first step, and it's been emphasized by previous panels, is a formal report. Once we receive that report, it goes through several levels of review before it comes to my desk. And at that point, it's assigned to an investigator. One of the first things the investigator will do is contact the complainant or the victim to try to find out whether there's additional information they may need clarification. This may take a bit of time. The process, once it's been reviewed and assigned, the investigator will, once he's spoken with the complainant, he's got to do some background investigation as well. So he'll look to see if there may be other related crimes. And then at that point, he will look for witnesses, any type of evidence such as videos or documents, receipts. Once he puts that all together, he'll try to locate the suspect and interview that suspect. And everything, once it's complete, is presented to the district attorney's office, and they will make the final determination whether charges are filed.
Yeah, Lieutenant Clark team is very diligent in working these cases, especially the serial burglar. Recently, we have one now in the Grinding Katy area, and the community was not very happy with the fact that they have several burglary, even though it's a gated community. But what happened is the suspect jumped over the back fence near the golf course. So Lieutenant Clark and I and the Chief of SEAL, we went out there and worked with the community and find out what we can do. And as a result, we were able to arrest some of the suspects that were doing the serial burglary. And the next question is, how is organized retail crime handled, and which unit is responsible for it?
I think it's important to differentiate between a habitual offender, somebody who goes to the same location and steals every day or once or twice a week. That does not necessarily constitute an organized crime. Organized crime is multiple people targeting multiple stores at different times, days, locations, and that is something that we assist with, but often we get with the organized crime squad within our division and work collaboratively with them so they can set up some type of surveillance in some cases, or they have capabilities to investigate proactively, whereas we're strictly reactive. So sometimes it's a team effort to catch these organized criminals.
Thank you. Since we don't have any questions from the audience, I think we almost time for lunch, but one thing I want to remind everybody is that do not leave anything valuable in your vehicle. The uptick in the gun is kind of concerning to me. Recently, you probably saw Sergeant Tracy Hick out with the trailer. He's He's one of our crime prevention officer that go to different communities. So if you need him to come out there to address the issue, he'll be glad. So one of the things that we always say, don't leave anything valuable. If you have a gun, make sure you have a gun safe. We sometimes also hand out, I know Southwest Management District also hand out gun safe before. So look for those opportunities to get the gun safe. If you have to keep the gun inside the vehicle. If you have a laptop, like me, I will carry it with my backpack with me, carry it with you, don't leave it inside. Because what happened is the criminal will sit in the parking lot and they will watch you. And as soon as you get out of the vehicle and they know that you have a laptop case or a backpack in the back of your vehicle, they will break in and it will take 5 seconds to do it. So just one of those reminders. And thank you again for this opportunity to share our knowledge and have a great month. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the wonderful panels, and thank you, Captain Nathan Nguyen. We have a special recognition first for Captain Nathan Nguyen, presented by the chair of this event, Nancy Lee. And if Tony Lee and Ken is available, would you please come join to present? And talking about gun safety, we do have an event coming up soon.
Thank you.
This is special recognition for Captain Nathan Nguyen's leadership, also the hard effort to work with me, raise all the questions, secure all the speakers. So a very special thank you to Captain. Thank you. Tony. Okay.
Real quick, I just want to say thank you, Captain Nguyen. Also, Captain Nguyen had alluded to the gun safety program with Southwest Management District. We do have an event coming up on September 27th at the Shriners. So look forward to the sign up for that. We would really like to have you come in. So thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate it.
And now we also presented to the first Community Leadership in Public Safety Award to the panelists, David Walker, Jody Lee, Lieutenant Kendall Clark, and Sergeant Kevin Ferguson. Thank you so much. Thank you. And if you can see the numbers behind me, these are again our third round raffle tickets winners, 621-251. And I'm not going to read every single number, but if you will please find your ticket and check see if your ticket is listed on the screen behind me. We do have a station right here. And congratulations for all the lucky winners, and we want to thank again Southwest Management District Board, Global One Bank, Shake-Up Insurance and Risk Management, 3M Graphic, thanks Diamond, thank you so much for all the sponsorships, and also all the gifts donated by Tony Lee's The Cow Restaurant, Elaine Zhang gift card, Ada Wong